Is my camera working?
Yeah, it's working.
Okay, good. All right, welcome everyone. My name is Sandra Gonzalez and I'm your instructor for the online course. We are so happy to have all of you here. There's quite a big turnout this evening. I have on the air with me Deanna. Deanna, did you want to introduce yourself? Okay, she's the program manager for VWise. You're going to see a lot of her at the conference next month.
Sure thing. Hello, everybody. Sorry, I'm in a dark basement, but VWise lives on no matter where we're at. I'm Deanna Parker. I'm the program manager for VWise, as well as another program called EBV, which is Entrepreneurship Boot Camp for Veterans. We'll tell you all about that in a bit. Some of you may have already actually been to an EBV. So I take care of kind of the ins and outs of all the conferences, starting from phase 1, and then rolling you into phase 3. So I'm here during office hours just as support. So if you have questions about the conference, or maybe somebody's going to be there, specific speaker or instructor, I'm kind of here to help facilitate that. And then at the next office hours next week, we just hired a new EBV and VWise coordinator. So Kiara, Rolling VR, been working on it today. She started with us today, and she'll be on office hours with us next week. So you'll be able to meet her, and she'll be the person that'll be communicating with you through phase 1, leading up to the conference and running registration at the conference.
Okay, super. Right. Thank you, Deanna. All right. Well, this is so exciting to see all of you on YouTube. My goodness, I think there are already 60 discussions on just the I Made It forum alone. Just a little bit about myself. I am also a VWise graduate. Yay! And it was through this program that I finally made the decision to go ahead and start my own business. So I hope this program is just as meaningful for you as it was for me, because I know I couldn't have gotten my business off the ground had it not been for programs like VWise, EBVF, I'm a graduate of that, as well as Boots to Business. With those programs, along with my local business counselors through the Small Business Development Center, as well as our local university, I got a lot of support, which has helped me to launch and grow my business. So I hope you all find this information valuable, and anyway, I hope you find this information valuable. You will get out of this course what you put into it, and I'm going to show you some examples as we go on. So today we're going to go through a couple of things. We're going to go through the Moodle Classroom, the syllabus, as well as some of the assignments. So I'm going to go ahead and start sharing my screen with you. As we're going along, feel free to put your type your questions into the chat room, and Deanna's going to help me monitor that, and I'll be able to answer your questions as we go along. You should have gotten the agenda. Basically, the agenda are all the frequently asked questions I've gotten for all of these courses throughout the past 4 years, and it's all on one page. So we're going to go through this step by step. Okay, I've been teaching for IVMF for about 4 years. I've had 800 students, and I've seen hundreds of different business concepts. So you are in great company, and this is actually an excellent class. I've seen a lot of sharing in the discussion forums, and so you're going to be in for a great time at the conference. So let's go ahead and go through the agenda really quick. Just what to expect. You will be receiving daily email reminders from me. Okay, you've already gotten a taste of that. If for some reason you have to drop this course and reschedule for the next one, just make sure you let me know so that I can remove you from these daily email reminders. Otherwise, you're going to keep receiving them for the next 3 weeks. There is always questions about the assignment due dates. So let me go ahead and take us to Moodle. So as you can see from the calendar, if you hover on each of the different days, it'll tell you which assignment is due on what day. Now this time here, 12 a.m., is actually the start time for that assignment. It won't let me change it for the actual ending time. So just keep in mind that when assignments are due, they're due by midnight Eastern Standard Time of the day they're assigned. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. And I'll review this again because I know you're receiving a lot of information over just these past few days. Okay, let's go back to this the agenda really quick. All right. And I'm gonna review this again with the assignments. So the discussion forums, they are mandatory, so those you do need to complete, and they're due by midnight of Eastern Standard Time for each day that they're assigned. The questions from Mullins, which we're going to talk about when we get to the syllabus, those you don't need to turn in. It's this book with this cover, okay, just to make it a little bit more easily recognizable. So when you are doing these questions, let me expand this, see if this works. It's going to be the questions at the end of the chapter. Okay, and I'll review this again. I don't think this is the ending for this one, but the page numbers on the PDF are not the same as the page numbers for the actual book. So what you're going to do is just go to the end of the chapter, and that's where the questions will be. Okay, I'm actually just going to type in the page number because I already know where they're at, and one of the assignments is right here on page 67. I'm going to go through this again so you get enough repetition so this all makes sense. The feasibility analysis, and again, if for some reason you didn't get the email or you had trouble downloading these assignments, you can get them all online, and I'll show you again later under the course links. So the feasibility analysis looks like this. Okay, this is a really good tool for all of you to fill out. It doesn't matter if you're a startup or if you're trying to grow your business, and we're going to talk about this at the very end. But this tool is what's going to help you to decide whether or not your concept is going to work. All right? Okay, good. Let's go back to the agenda, and then we're going to go ahead and go to the syllabus. So everyone should have gotten this. It's online under the course links, and if you don't have access to a computer during the daytime, you can just print this out, and this will walk you through each day's assignment. Okay, so let me just show you this really quick. If you expand your toolbar on the left hand side and click on this little bookmark, then it will give you all of the different topics, and you can jump around to whichever one that you need. Okay, so we're going to start at the beginning, and here's the beginning with the course syllabus and schedule, and it'll give you the course overview. Basically, this is an introduction to entrepreneurship, and it's really a process. So that's what you're going to get out of this course. It's a different way of looking at things. So it really doesn't matter where you're at in your business, but it's going to show you the best ways to actually move your business forward, because there's many different aspects of entrepreneurship. So a lot of this you can go over on your own at your own leisure, but here's the course overview as well as the objectives. And then most of you have my contact information by now. The easiest way to reach me is just through my email. My phone number is on there, and as well as my email. So whatever you need, you can reach me in any of those ways. And then Kiara is on here as well as Jim's email. So if you don't have access to a computer, you can still talk to us. You can still reach us with this contact information on your syllabus. Now, what I want to actually move on to is the schedule. So I'm just going to go ahead and jump to that. There are different live webinars where we'll get a chance to interact. So this is the first one where I'm going to walk you through the Moodle Classroom as well as all of the assignments, and then there will be 2 other optional office hours where you can actually come online and ask me any questions that you want. Okay, and I'll go over that some more again later. All of the information is either on the syllabus or it's directly on the website. Let me just go ahead and see if I can show you that. It's on the calendar, and if you just click on this, it's going to bring you to that event. All right. A lot of you have already logged into here, but I'm going to walk you through it again in case, for those of you who have not had a chance to log in, maybe your email was messed up, or you just had trouble logging in, I'm going to go over this again in just a little bit, all right? But this is where you can access the office hours. It's going to be live streamed to YouTube, and then the second half of office hours, you're going to dial in to this telephone conference line right here, and then you're going to use this access code. So we're going to have 3 times where we get to meet face to face, and I get to answer any of your questions live, all right? Okay, good. I'm going to go back to the agendas just so I can make sure that we stay on track. Actually, yeah, here we go. So before I go back to the agenda, so you can just jump to each day's training and you'll be able to complete your assignments that way. And if you prefer the table, if you're very visual, it's all right here, okay? It's the entire 3-week schedule on 2 pages. Sometimes this is a little bit easier to follow. All right, are there any questions about the syllabus so far? I'm going to go ahead and go back to the agenda, but remember, you can go get to this under the course files, and I'm going to show that to you as soon as we get into the Moodle. Okay. All right, we talked about the syllabus. Let's go ahead and go to Moodle right now. Hopefully it won't shut down on us. If you have not logged in yet, when you get to Moodle, just by clicking on the hyperlink that's been sent to you, this is the first page that you'll see. And then it'll tell you to log in right here. So I'm already logged in, and what I'm going to show you now is how to update your profile or to change your password. There's a couple different ways to do it. If you just want to go to your profile, just click on the little person. Oh no, I had a feeling this was going to happen. Usually when I'm doing this orientation, everybody's on Moodle at the same time, and then it doesn't work. Let me see if this will work. I'm going to go ahead and go to preferences, and hopefully it'll work and it won't lock up. All right, so when this happens, we're going to go straight to the Moodle guide. The Moodle guide is the best way for you to learn Moodle, especially when it's not working online, okay? So let's go ahead and go to this. And again, if you're not familiar with all of the different features of a PDF, if you just click on this little arrow, it's going to expand this toolbar. Then if you click on the little bookmark, it'll bring you to all the topics. That's all hyperlinked. It's the fastest way to jump around in the document without having to go through every single page. All right, when you log in, this Moodle does work best with either Chrome or Firefox. Nobody else can get into Moodle yet either. Okay, good. I'm glad it's not just me. Deanna, can you just let Jim know that it's down again? Thank you. Okay, so everyone...
Yes, I will.
Okay, so by now everyone should have received your username and password. The username is the email that you use to register for VWise. Now, if your email was spelled wrong and you can't get in, let me know right away, and I can check to see if it was put in there incorrectly, and then we can get that straightened out. Your password is changepass, all one word, all lowercase. So if you still can't get in, please let me know right away so we can get you signed in. All right. And then once you're in, you can please make sure to change your password to something else that you can remember. The link to Moodle is right here on the PDF. I think this is okay, so it's page 4, but if you just scroll up and down, this is one of the first things that you'll get to. So once you click on this hyperlink, it's going to bring you to the first page of Moodle, and then you can put in your username and password and log in. Once you're in the classroom, honestly, it's just going to show one course for all of you. And it should say VWise San Diego somewhere on here. And then if you click on it, it's going to bring you into the classroom. Okay, so that should be easy enough. But once you get to the classroom, this is where, this is actually where I need to show you Moodle. Let me see if it works. Okay. All right, well, let's see what we can do with the Moodle guide. Okay, once you're there, the first page is going to show you these course links. Let me just bring up my tools here. So under course links, this is the first page. Okay, and it's going to bring up the top 3 discussion forums at the very top. So Ask the Class, Ask the Expert, and the I Made It forum. What you're going to see is a little box to the left of the forums that are mandatory. And once you actually create a post and click submit, you'll find a little check mark in here, and it means that it was done. Okay, you're going to get credit for that forum. These other two up here are optional. So if you want to talk to your classmates and see if somebody's from the same area or from the same industry, or you just want feedback on a logo or some other part of your business, that's the best place to ask. Now, if you have specific questions about the homework or how some of these concepts relate to your idea, that's where you're going to talk to me in this forum, okay? And I'm the only one who answers any of the questions in the forum. So if I don't have experience with your concept, I'm going to direct you to resources that I know have helped other people, okay? So don't be afraid to ask me any questions in this forum. There's no such thing as a dumb question, and chances are if you have that question, 3 or 4 other of your classmates have the same question as well, okay? The most, I think the most popular question I get is how to protect your intellectual property and what is my NAICS code. There will be an attorney at the conference, and they'll be able to answer the question about anything legal, especially your intellectual property, and don't get hung up on the NAICS codes. I'm going to talk about that next week during office hours, but the best way to do that is to start researching your competition. Now, if you need any of the files, they're right here under course files. That's where you can find them. All right, I'm not able to scroll down. There's going to be another button further down, and if Moodle comes back up, I'll show you where it is. But you'll have access to the IVMF resource library, as well as a page to where it shows all of the course forums. Let me check Moodle. Well, here, I'm just going to keep going. All right, once you're in Moodle, remember where you saw the picture? That's where you can change your preferences. So that includes the forum preferences as well as your password. If you can see this, that's where you're going to change your password. And the only other thing that you will probably use is the calendar preferences. Okay, for some reason Moodle has the calendar starting on a Monday, and most of us are used to seeing it start on a Sunday. And okay, the rest of these I never use, and I don't anticipate that you'll need them either. Okay, for forum preferences, this is how you can adjust what kind of email you receive from Moodle. And to be honest, since they changed it to this the newest version of Moodle, I don't get any emails from that platform, which is actually a good thing, because otherwise you'll get too many, and it'll prevent you from getting any more emails that are actually important. Okay, you don't need to receive an email from every single post that comes in through Moodle. You can subscribe to those individually. But once you're on Moodle, it's under forum preferences. We recommend that you leave it to this default type, no digest, just a single email per forum post. So you don't actually need to do anything with that. And then if you do subscribe to a forum discussion, it's automatically going to do that for you. Okay, so this didn't work in the last class. People were wondering why they weren't getting emails. So just make sure you're just following up on those forums that you want to follow, especially if people you're looking to connect with people in your industry. Okay, this is easier to see in the classroom. This is automatic. It will highlight new posts for you. Now let me just check really quick and see if it's up. Okay, no. All right, we're going to keep sticking to the Moodle guide. All right. You'll be able to see this once you're online, but it will highlight the new post for you. Okay. And then we've already talked about this. When you want to update your profile, it's underneath your picture, and you just click on profile, and this is where you can include all of your links to either your website, your LinkedIn page, as well as any social media pages. I do recommend you do this when you get a chance, because as you get to know one another, and then even after the conference, sometimes people run out of business cards or they don't bring them, and this is one way where you can find each other again and try to connect after the 3-day conference ends. All right, but this is where you can update your profile. It's on the right hand corner after you log into Moodle. It'll have your picture, and then you'll see the little discussion. This is actually a chat icon, so people can message you directly on Moodle, and then the little bell is for notifications. Okay? All right, so that's how that works. Now, accessing the course content. This is going to walk you through how to post a discussion. So there's going to be a bunch of day tabs to the left of Moodle. Okay, there's actually a button here. It has a bunch of little lines, and you'll see it once Moodle is working. There's a little square around it. So if you click on it, it's going to expand these, and then you'll be able to click on whatever day that you're working on, and it'll bring up all the content for that day. Okay, it's just like this. If you expand this, then it brings up that toolbar. Okay, so that's how you get to each of the different days. This is a lot easier than going to the course links and then it bringing up the entire 15 days of the course on one page. I recommend doing it that way. Okay, so once you're actually in the different day tabs, it's going to give you the objectives as well as the reading assignments if there is one, as well as any written assignments. Now, the written assignments, as I've mentioned before from the New Business Road Test, those you do not need to turn into me. I would set those aside, keep them in cloud storage like Dropbox or Google Docs, and that's something that you can review with a business counselor. Okay, the discussion forums are mandatory, so those you will need to complete. And again, they were at the very beginning of when you went to the dashboard for Moodle and you saw the calendar, that's where they're all listed. Okay, there's a list view, there's a course view, and then the calendar is the easiest way to see when they're due. And if you just click on them, you can finish these discussions right away. And actually somebody has already finished all of the discussions for the entire course. So she's actually done with the course. So you can finish this. If you do finish early, like at the end of this week, please make sure that you are checking back and meeting your classmates on the other discussion forums. Just because you finish all the mandatory assignments doesn't mean that you're done, although it does, because your course progress is going to say so. So I just want to encourage you to keep checking back and meeting all of your classmates and providing support in those different forums. Okay, good. So Deanna just said that she just spoke with Jim and Moodle should be back up soon. Okay, now let's go through the discussion forums. And this is how you're going to do it. So I know some of you have not participated in an online classroom. So if you can make it this far after logging in, the only thing you need to do next is click on the little button that says I made it. There's all sorts of different ways to get to the different forums. So under the Day 1 tab, there's a little icon, and when you see your cursor switch to a hand icon, that means that it's clickable, and once you click on it, it's going to bring you to the forum, and it looks exactly like this. Okay, it's going to say add a new discussion topic. Just click on that, and then it's going to bring it all up, and then you can type in your subject right here, as well as your actual post. So your post goes right here. Okay. And then the main thing to remember is to click post to forum, and that's how it's going to get to all of your classmates. So a lot of times Moodle will go out when you're in the middle of writing a discussion. So what I've done in the past and what I'm going to continue to do, because it's lost a lot of my work, is to have either a Microsoft Word document open where I can type everything in and copy and paste, or even the notepad. But that can get really frustrating when the internet goes in and out because it won't save your work. All right. Okay, are there any questions about posting to the discussion forums? And if you're having any trouble, please reach out to me. I can share my screen with you using Zoom, or we can just talk through it over the phone, and I can help you at least get your first discussion post up, and then the rest of it will be easy after that, all right? It's just a matter of getting used to this new classroom and finding the buttons. Okay. If you have any problems with Moodle, please reach out to me or Jim right away, and one of us should be able to help you. With him, you just need to fill out a help desk ticket. But remember, there's over 200 of you in this class, so if he's getting a lot of requests and he's not able to get back to you right away, then just reach out to me. It might be something I can fix, and if not, then you may have to go back and help and have him help you. Okay, so Moodle's back up. Let me see if this works. Thank you for keeping me posted. Okay, good, super. So let's go back to the beginning. For those of you who are logging in for the first time, this is what your screen is going to look like. So the main thing is to be able to go to your dashboard. All right, once you're in your dashboard, I mean, if you keep clicking, you'll find an easier way to get to whatever you need. Okay, this is your dashboard, and it's going to show you different views of the different courses. So the timeline view, if you like lists, this will give you a list of every assignment that's due, as well as the date. Now remember, the date or the time is not correct. It should be midnight Eastern Standard Time, and that's when everything is due. And then if you click on any of these links, so when you see my cursor go from an arrow to a hand icon, it'll bring you directly to that forum. Okay, and then here's the calendar that we mentioned earlier, as well as all of the upcoming events. So here's the navigation drawer that I talked about. So if you close this, you won't see the list view. But if you open it back up, then that's a way to get to the course. So I'm going to go ahead and click on San Diego. And now here is the first page of the course. So I'm really glad that Jim brought this up. Now we talked about this earlier with the course links. Okay, so these are the first things that you're going to see with the three main posts or discussion forums that people tend to post to. Okay, somebody already asked me a question. I will get back to that tonight. But once you actually click, once you go to this forum and you've made a post, you will see a little check mark appear here. And then when you go back to your dashboard, let me see if I can find the dashboard. It should show your course progress. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to create a post. Okay, it's running really slow. I know everybody's on Moodle right now. Hopefully this will keep working. But in case I should lose this page, I want to point something out because it's going really slow. Okay, good, super. Yay, we're on this page. Wow. Okay, there's going to be 2 or more pages by the time everyone is done posting to the I Made It forum. So to add a new discussion topic, just move your cursor, and when you see it change color or you see the hand icon, just click on it, and that's going to allow you to create a new post. Okay, I know most of you know this, but there are a few who have never been through an online class. So under subject, you're going to type in the title of your subject. I'm just going to write test, and hopefully it'll let me add something here. Okay, so all I'm typing is this is a test, so everybody knows it's not a real post. And I'm going to click post to forum. Oh no. Okay, so you're going to see this on Moodle when it works again, when everybody's not on it. And then when I bring up my dashboard, it's going to show that I'm like 10% through this course. So it automatically populates. You don't have to wait for me to give you a grade for this. You'll see your completion on basically through the dashboard. It's going to keep track of it for you. But at least we made it that far in Moodle. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and open up a new tab. There is, and I'll just send the screenshot tomorrow. There's the IVMF resource library, and I want you guys to bookmark that. Here it is. There's a button somewhere on Moodle. It's at the bottom of day 1, and it's going to bring you to the library. The reason I mention this is because it has every topic related to entrepreneurship that you all have questions about, and it's going to be a great resource for you as you continue to move forward with your business. Okay, so let me just copy and paste this to YouTube really quick, and that way you can bookmark it and get to it whenever you need it. All right, okay, good. Yeah, let's finish going through this guide. All right, so the Ask the Expert and the Ask the Class forum. So you saw where that was at. So if you have a question for me, feel free to type it in, okay? And that's where I can work with you. If for some reason you type in too much information and your business partner or somebody in your house who is helping with you with your business is concerned about what you've written, just email me. and I can change it for you. You will have 30 minutes from the time that you post a discussion to edit it. There's going to be a little green window that pops up. And if Moodle ever comes back up, I'll show you how to do that. But if you go past that window, you won't be able to fix it. So just email me with however you want it to be changed, and I can change it for you. And with that, I just want to say business ideas are not so easily copied. It takes a lot of work and a lot of energy to get these ideas off the ground and into the marketplace. So, and it's not to, you know, this is not to belittle your idea or to downgrade it, but it takes a lot more energy than people realize before somebody's going to go and steal it. Usually what happens is that other people want to see if you're making money off of it before they will try and steal your idea. Okay, the sharks come out when they see you actually monetizing it. But all the stuff before then, you know, they're waiting to see if it works. All right, so hopefully that answers that question. I think Athena wants to share some stories with you guys, so that's great. I'm glad you all are sharing on this discussion forum. All right, so the Ask the Expert and then Ask the Class, and I've seen some of you already posting those discussions. For technical tips, again, stick with Firefox or Chrome for using Moodle. Safari and Internet Explorer and Edge don't work as well. The other thing I want to show you, if it ever comes back up, let me see, is there is an app for Moodle. So if you go, okay, good, it's up again. If you go to the very bottom and you click on mobile, get the mobile app, I don't know if you're going to be able to see this, but this will bring you to either the Apple Store or Google Play, and then you can download this to either a tablet or to your phone. And it's just a good way to have access to the course and to follow up on all the discussions. Okay, good. Let me see. I'm going to close this out, and let's go back to Moodle. All right, so you saw me post a discussion. Let me go back to the I Made It forum. I don't think my discussion posted. It should have shown up here, but let me go ahead and do it again. Okay, and I'm going to type in test and then test in the message. Then I'm going to click post to forum, and you should see a green box. Here's the green box. It says that I have 30 minutes to edit this post. Okay, so let me see if I want to edit my post. Let me go back to it. And here it is, and I'm just going to delete it. So if you ever put too much information in or just make a lot of mistakes on your post, you know, which happens if you're typing on your phone, then you can confirm your deletion and it'll go away. Okay, and it'll be reflected in your course progress. Okay. Well, at least Moodle is trying to work. Let's go through the rest of the document. So we went through the Moodle guide, the syllabus, and then we talked about the new business road test. So some of you have the hard copy. When you're going through the syllabus and it gives you the homework assignment. So Mullins, page 169 in this new business road test. So I'm going to go to page 169. Just remember that these page numbers are for the PDF. So these right here are all the questions for page 169. Okay, and you can type this out on a Word document or Google Docs or whatever, or Open Office, whatever you're using, and then just save them for your business counselor. This is actually going to walk you through the feasibility analysis. So that's why you want to work on those. I get a lot of questions about the industry research and the market analysis, and you know what, that's fine. That's what this is for. You may not be able to finish this entire feasibility analysis during this course. This takes a lot of work and it takes a lot of research, and a lot of the research involves going and seeing what your competitors are doing as well as talking to your customers. So don't be frustrated if you can't get it all done here. Okay, you'll also have an opportunity to meet with the industry experts at the conference, and this is what you can take with them to get some clarification on best practices for your industry, or maybe even some legal advice from that attorney. Okay, so this is going to help you be a lot more prepared for the conference than just showing up without having done the 3-week online course. Let me see, we still have about 30 minutes. Okay, this is good. The other thing, let me go back to the agenda really quick so I can make sure I have covered everything. All right. As far as the assignments, there's 5 discussion forums that you have to post to. If you can reply to at least 2 of your classmates' posts in all of the forums except for the I Made It forum, and if you can meet as many people in there as you have enough time to, then that is what will count for your replies for the discussion forums. Okay, I hope that makes sense. So at least 2 posts in each forum except for the I Made It forum, as many as you can within these next 3 weeks. And then your individual assignments, those can be reviewed with a business counselor, and you can just copy and paste all of that into your feasibility analysis, which is this. Okay, if you're going to write in this, just use the comments. This is the easiest way to do it. If you're going to write in this without printing it out, just click on comment, because these are free. This tool is free. The other one that says edit, you have to pay for, and then you can just start typing your text. All right, an easier way to do it, and I'm going to use an example from one of your classmates. This I just got from all of her discussion forums. All I did was I copied and pasted things and put it on a Word document. So Kelly, I'm gonna talk about you in front of your classmates. She's actually already done with the course, so you're not gonna see me participating much in the discussion forums except for my forum, which is Ask the Expert, because I'm busy reading all of your posts. So she's gone through, she's put a lot of thought and detail into her discussions, but she's also at a different phase from everybody else. She has an established business, so what she wants to do now with her I think I read somewhere it was a beauty update service, but what she actually does is she's a professional makeup artist. She also does Kelly, too bad you can't jump in here. She also does tattoo removal with airbrushing. So it's not a real removal, but she covers it up. So she's been doing that for several years. She has an established brick and mortar. And what she's doing now through this course is she's looking into procurement or getting government contracts with what was her market? It was transitioning military. So through the TAP assistance program. But if she does the feasibility analysis and she looks into all of the markets where she can apply these services to, and all of you can jump in and into the discussion forum and also give her some more ideas. She can also use these services with women with disabilities over in Voc Rehab, and not just women. Let me just change this. She can also use this for men and women and children, transitioning youth, men, transitioning youth with disabilities. So she's going to want to target Voc Rehab. Okay, she'd already mentioned recidivism in one of her posts, and I think that is fabulous. Some of these states have really, really high rates of recidivism, and they need somebody like her to come in and show these clients how to not just apply makeup, but how to look good and how to look professional before they go to that job interview and during their actual work experience. So that's another market for her, as well as college students and career seekers. So if you all can keep typing into the chat room and give her other ideas of what you have seen work, then this is how you can all help one another throughout this 3-week online course. Now, all this stuff here, this is just filler text. So as you guys are writing out your assignments and you're plotting this all out on Microsoft Word, then you can just change she can change her filler text to her actual completed assignments, and this becomes a business plan. So I just want to keep going over this a little bit more so you understand the big picture, especially if you're a real visual learner, because this is a form of mind mapping. Okay, so we just by looking at her discussion forums, I could tell that this is where she was headed with this, and then we broke it down a little bit further. So she can also apply this to veterans as well as military spouses, entrepreneurs, and she can just list the different market segments or the niches that she can target. And then here under either demographics or agencies, it's however she's going to reach them. So veterans, people with disabilities, let me go ahead and type that in here. So just so you can see how this is done. She can reach them through the California workforce programs, as well as colleges and Voc Rehab. Some of this needs to be fixed, but I was just brainstorming as much as I could in a short amount of time so she could identify these places and then come up with a plan of how she's going to reach them. And then after a year or so, she's going to be able to plot out how many of her customers are coming from these different segments. So maybe the military gives her 30% of her customers as part of her niche, and then maybe Voc Rehab only gives her 10%. But what this does is it allows you to forecast where your sales are coming from. Okay, so that's the purpose of these assignments. And some of you need to see the big picture. This is how it's going to work. But the main thing for all of you is to track all of these marketing efforts, because this week we're going to spend a lot of time on your industry research as well as your market analysis, and this is how it all fits in together. It's like a big puzzle. And in one of her discussions, she already kind of nailed it. She knows that she's going to need to focus most of her marketing efforts on expos. Okay, so when you can start plotting this out like this, then you can start doing the research and actually listing where the fairs are, where they are, and how much they cost. Okay, and then now this plan is not only strategic, it's actionable because you've written it all down. I do a lot of work with entrepreneurs to get them ready for business plan competitions. And I tell you, we've got some great entrepreneurs out there, and all this information is stuck in their heads. And I had the hardest time writing somebody's executive summary because he had never written anything down. I had to piece it all together from his website. But hey, he did. He made it into the final round for a big business plan competition. He won $250,000 in seed capital, and now he's part of that task force at the White House with some other veteran entrepreneur organizations. But the worst thing you can do is not put this on paper where no one else can get access to it. It becomes really important when you're trying to grow your business and your team. Okay, the feasibility analysis tool. Let me see if Moodle is up. It's under course resources, or the course files, course links. Here we go. So when you get back to the courses, here's San Diego. It's on the very first page under course files. Okay, and it's one of these. Here it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh, so it's number 10. It's right down here in the middle, so that's where you can get it from. All right, so now you won't be sending these written assignments to me, but I just wanted you to be able to see how this all fits in together. This last part of her, of what I've done for her are her revenue streams. This actually would go in the beginning, but the best way to do it is after you study your market is then design your products and services based on what their needs are. Okay, because now you're solving a problem instead of just trying to sell an idea. I hope you all see the difference with this. The key to having a sustainable venture is to be able to continuously solve the problems of your customers. And what I really liked about Kelly's venture is this tattoo airbrushing. There was a story about how somebody was trying to create jobs for people in San Francisco. They had low income. They were drug addicts. They had a lot of problems, but they wanted to give this group marketable skills. So what they did was they opened up a tattoo removal parlor, and I tell you, it became really successful because there was a niche that needs this. And you'll see this when you go through Kelly's discussions, but people who need, like if they're going to go to court and they need to have it covered up, as well as for job interviews, like Disneyland has the most strict policies on dress codes. So this is perfect for that niche. So she's really filling a void in the marketplace. But anyway, this was a good example because she is both B2C, which is business to consumer. Okay, let me type it in because that's a little bit easier. So business to consumer. So some of you with your products, if this is who you're marketing to, this is what you want to look at. And then those of you in procurement, you are business to business as well as business to government. Okay, and some of this will be covered throughout the online course, but a lot of it will be addressed at the 3-day conference. Okay, so we've covered a lot. It's 6:14. And are there any questions so far? Anything else that you all want me to cover? Okay, so we've gone through Moodle. Let me show you under course links again, things that you want to be able to find. So at the bottom of day 1, we've talked about the course files. I'm going to open it up in a new tab. So this is where you can get everything that you need for the course. It's all digital. And there are also sample business plans in here as well. Now, we also talked about course resources. So I'm going to open that up in a new tab too. And that's the IVMF resource library. So all you have to do is just bookmark that site. Okay, and then the last thing I want to talk about are setting the preferences for the forum. So let me go through this again. So I went to course forum. All I did was right click and I opened it up in a new tab. Let me close this out so I have more room. So now you can see how to set your preferences. This shows all of the forums. I'm going to go ahead and zoom out just a little bit so you can see all of them. And you can actually get to the different forums just by clicking on the hyperlink. You see, for those of you who are taking an online class for the first time, did you see how my arrow changed to a hand? That means it's clickable. So I have, I'm not going to be able to do this now because it'll change the count. But under track, this is where you're going to track new posts. You might not be able to see this, but there's a real faint yellow highlight. That tells me that there's one new post in the Ask the Expert forum, and that there are 56 that I haven't read in the I Made It forum. Okay, so if these all say yes, it's going to highlight all the new posts in each of the different forums. If I click on it, and then if I click on the yes to turn it off, you'll see a dashed line show up here. So I accidentally did that earlier, and it erased everything here, and I had to go through it again. So I'm not gonna do that. But just so you know, if you don't want to track any of the new posts, just click on it, and you won't see any numbers here in the different forums. Now, if you want to subscribe to a forum, maybe I think the one with the least amount will be the Ask the Class forum, but otherwise I don't recommend subscribing to them. Then you can just click on it. Here, I'll click on this, and then it'll say yes, and you're supposed to get email sent to your email, your personal email, or whatever email you are registered in with for this for Moodle. But I don't recommend it, because then you're not going to be, it's going to clog up your inbox and you won't be able to receive any new messages. But if I go to this forum, I'm going to click on this one, then I can subscribe to the individual forum. And I'm going to click, I don't know if you can see this, there's a little mail icon, and I'm going to click on it, and then it's going to say subscribed. And that's how you can subscribe to one individual forum. And that's a lot more manageable because you won't keep getting a lot of emails. Okay, so I'm going to unsubscribe just by clicking on it again. Oh no, let's see if Moodle is working. And if not, I'll just do this later. Okay, but otherwise we've gone through all of the settings and adjusting your preferences on Moodle. Okay, are there any questions so far about the online course or anything else? Is there anything I need to answer on YouTube? Okay, let me go ahead and stop sharing my screen real quick. And let me find this. Okay, good. What are your questions so far about the online course? And what I can do now, we have about 10 more minutes left. If anybody wants to join me, I can share the link to Google Hangouts. Okay. Okay, we do have one question. What is the site address for using the Moodle mobile app? I'm going to go ahead and share my screen again. And let's go back to Moodle. It's all the way at the bottom of the page, and I'm going to click on it. I wonder if this has a different, I'm going to go ahead and copy this and put this in here. But if you go to Moodle, this is a really long link, but if you go to Moodle, you should be able to just click on the hyperlink at the bottom of the page. Or you can go to the App Store for either iTunes or Google Play and find it directly on there. It's usually the first one. Yeah, so it's going to look like this with the mortar board, depending on which store you're going to. Okay, good. All right, are there any other questions? Deanna, do you have anything for the group? Okay, so
hi, yeah, sorry. I just figured, let's see, I've been answering a couple of questions through chat, so we've been working on, I've gotten a couple of emails, so I've been answering those as we came. A couple of you have asked for extra night stays, which is totally normal, especially someplace like San Diego, if people are traveling across the country. So if you need an extra night stay, please just email the VWise email, which is VWISE, I'll type it in, at syr.edu. Let me just type this in here. If you need an extra night stay. So the extra night stay, we cover the cost of the conference and lodging for the night of September 14th and the night of September 15th. And if you choose to stay an extra nights, it would be at your own cost. You would get the group rate. The group rate is $209 per night plus tax, and the resort fee is waived. So the resort fee, I think, is an extra $30 or $40. So it's definitely a really good group rate. If you want to stay, that rate is good for 3 days before the conference and 3 days after the conference. So if you want to stay longer to enjoy the resort, you're more than welcome on your own dime. So if you want to do that, you just send an email with the dates, the extra nights you want to stay. We'll add it to our rooming list, and once we receive a confirmation, we'll send that to you, and then you can contact the hotel for payment of those extra nights. So, so Kelly just asked, are we sharing rooms? No. A really nice part of our conference is you get your own private lodging. So we cannot guarantee whether it will be a king or a queen or double bed, but you will have your own private room. If you have any special needs, accessibility needs, or others, please let us know. At the time of registration, if you put accessibility needs in, we have already let the hotel know, and those will be like handrails or wheelchair access or things like that. We've already let the hotel know, and they will accommodate. But as far as having another roommate, no. It's your own room, your own lodging. And we've even gone as far as we had a nursing mother who needed a small mini fridge in her room, and the hotels didn't normally have them in the rooms. And so the hotel provided a mini fridge for her room to, keep what she needed to keep in there. So we try to accommodate as much as we can with those things within reason, as well as all the dietary needs and everything like that that you put when you registered. So we're really excited. For those of you that are listening now, and obviously when you watch this recording, the biggest thing to remember is that the cancellation date for this, for phase 2, is going to be the end of this week. We like you to go through 1 week of phase 1, and we realize some of you, after going through the course, may realize it's not quite the time for you to do it, or something comes up and you realize you can't attend. So once we get past the first week of phase 1, and we'll send this out in an email as we get closer to the end of the week, we won't be able to provide you a refund for your registration fee. However, we can hold that registration fee, and we can apply it to a future conference. So we will put it in our database that you canceled after the cancellation date, and you weren't able to be refunded. But we want to make sure that that money still gets used toward the conference. So we'll apply it to a future conference if you choose to attend. And then just to reiterate, the reason that we do that is, and just to remember, if at all possible, if you know that you can't come, please cancel as soon as you can, especially, when we have no shows at the conference, we're covering, the room for that first night if you don't show up and you don't let us know ahead of time. And, it's covering a seat that somebody else could have taken. So we really appreciate it. You can even just let us know. We always know that things come up last minute. We're very accommodating, very understanding. And then registration. I know some of you will just have some of these early on questions, just trying to get some out of the way. If you can't make it, during the time of registration, or your flight gets delayed or canceled and rescheduled, it always happens. Just communicate with us via email. You'll have a phone number when we get closer to the event, in case you have a travel issue, and we'll work out a special time to make sure that you're able to register the day of, if you have some travel delays. So we wish you good weather for that, though. So as you're going through phase one, if you realize that, there were some needs that you had or some questions that you neglected to ask here, feel free to reach out to us via email or phone, and we will get back to you as soon as we can. A couple of our team members will be running an event in Minneapolis on Friday. So if any of you are in Minneapolis on Friday, feel free to attend an event that is free. It's called Rise. It's Women on the Rise, and it's basically just to connect women in business with other successful women in business. So we're running it in partnership with the American Legion. So a couple of us will be there in Minneapolis on Friday all day for a free event, and it will be a lot of fun. So we might be a little delayed in communication over the weekend. But we're here to help you. You'll meet Kiara, as I said before, our new EBV VY's coordinator. She will be the person that will be communicating with you leading up to the conference. And she'll be the one running registration and the face that you see when you get to San Diego. We are really excited. We have a lot of really great things planned. We've got a really special announcement that we're going to be pushing out to you sometime the beginning of next week about a special person that will be coming to speak at our conference that doesn't normally come. And Clarissa said, is there a vendor opportunity for Rise on Friday? So if I'm guessing, are you asking if you can put up a table or something like that? Or if you could clarify your question, what we have, please, I could send you an agenda for Rise if you'd like to see it. I could go ahead and do that. But we have a day of kind of a main session where we have a local veteran-owned business coming in to kind of speak about her story and tell her story. And then we have a panel of VY's graduates, and some are also EBV graduates, kind of just talking about, been there, done that, secrets to success and failures. And then we have a networking lunch happening, and then we have resource exhibitors in the afternoon. So it'll be a lot of fun if you're going to be in the area. It's a free event, as I said before. But like I said again, through phase one, sorry, Sandra, I'm taking up all your time, but if you need anything at all, please let us know. And just please remember, if it's anything website related, if you're having issues with the Moodle site, please, it's best to take a screenshot of what you're seeing, attach it to an email to Jim. In the syllabus, in an email Sandra sent, you have Jim's email, which is IVMF. I'll put this in here, help@syr.edu. And in the subject line, you just put VY San Diego. And he will make sure to help you as soon as possible and get whatever issue is fixed. If it's anything non-website related, you don't have to email IVMF help. If it's just a question for me or Sandra, feel free to include us. We don't mind being CC'd on each other's emails so that we're tracking it. Sorry, Sandra, took up all your time.
No, that was great. Thank you, Deanna. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen because I know other people have this question about one of the assignments. Let's go back to Moodle. Okay. If you have any questions left, go ahead and type them in before we end. The question was about the NAICS industry codes. Let me go ahead and pull that up. Yes, the industry classification guide, which is right here. Let me pull it up. It was under course files. Okay, Moodle's not working. But if you, let me go ahead and copy and paste this link. Okay, when you are looking for your NAICS code or codes, because you can have more than one, you'll have a primary and then several alternates depending on what you're doing, especially if you're in procurement. But this is the right page. Somebody had asked me this question in the Ask the Expert forum, but this is where you want to go. The easiest way to find your NAICS code is to type in the name of one of your competitors. Let me see. Who wants me to look up one of their competitors' NAICS code? If you can just type it into the chat room, and I can show you how to do this really quickly. Okay. All right, I'm going to find a competitor for, I think we had one photographer here. Photographer, I can't think of anybody. Okay, here we go. So lifestyle included. Okay, I'm going to type in Brainworks in Dallas, Texas, and let's see if their NAICS code shows up. So I'm going to use a couple different search engines. Let me try Google, and then I'm just going to type this one will be Yahoo. Okay, Brainworks. Here's their code. Did you see how I did this? I just typed it in there. This one, and then, oh, this one is for Google. So let's go ahead and pull it up. Is it showing under here? So it shows their revenue. Wait, is this the right one? Under doctors? It's not showing it here, but I'm going to go back. But their SIC code can also get you their NAICS code. So it was 8011. Let me type it in for you here.
Okay.
And then you can also keep checking on that. That is their SIC code. So where is this? This is under the, I can't remember which assignment this is. It's somewhere under day one. Let me move this over. And I don't remember which week or which day under this week, but there's an assignment that asks you to list your NAICS code, and then you would actually put this somewhere on your profile. Okay. Deanna, there's another question. Is Friday evening just registration where we check in and leave?
No, sorry, I didn't see that. So
it just came in.
Okay, so Friday, let's see. So Friday for VWise is, that's completely different than the RISE program I was talking about that's happening this Friday. But Friday for VWise, you will be registering, and then, well, so you register at the table. It just depends on what time you get there. So as I said, we will send out an agenda this week to everyone so that you can get a really good idea of what's going to happen on that first day. There'll be some things going on in the early afternoon for those that come in a little bit early because we're celebrating our 20th program. So we're going to be doing some special things that we normally don't have at other VWise programs. So we'll have some things going on in the early afternoon that you can attend, that we hope that you attend. But we know that, with travel and all that, you might not be able to, to be there so early. So we want to make sure that there are things going on. But the registration will happen all day. So if you arrive early in the morning, we're going to start registration bright and early at 9 a.m. in the morning. So if you're there at 9 a.m., we don't have the first thing going on until 1:30. And as I said, don't freak out if you hear this and you know you're not coming in until later on in the afternoon. That's fine. As I said, we're just providing some extra things that you're welcome to attend, but you're not missing what is normally a VWise. So our big ceremony that we do for the first night starts at 6 p.m. and we have a networking reception at 5 p.m. So that's kind of really the first big thing. And then we have a couple of panels happening on the early afternoon that you're more than welcome to come attend and listen to if you arrive early. But as I said, registration is all day. So it kind of is, like I said, Clarice, it just depends on when you get there. If you arrive, earlier in the morning, then yep, you'll check in. And if your room is ready, you'll be able to go to your room. You can enjoy the hotel until an event starts with VWise. If you check in the afternoon, you might, but you'll always have time to go to your room. It's not a very spread out resort. It's pretty close together, so you won't have to travel too far to your room from where the event is taking place. I hope that answers questions.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and end this. If you have any more questions for Deanna or myself, please don't hesitate to reach out to either of us, and I am going to start answering questions in the Ask the Expert forum. So if you have any questions about the homework assignments or how they apply to your concepts, please don't hesitate to reach out to me there too, all right? Any last things, Deanna, before we end the broadcast?
No, I think I'm good.
Okay. All right, good. I will see everybody next Monday for office hours. Same time, same place, and hopefully I'll see everybody else on Moodle soon. Okay. All right. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you online or just call me for any questions. All right. Take care. Bye bye.